let us head back to John's office to see how he is proceeding with the next steps on the Oscar feedback. The constructive. Remember, constructive element is one of the most important elements of any feedback, because this is where you show the other person how this behavior can harm them in the short or the long term.
Yeah, I guess I'm afraid of the questions that may arise in customer's mind.
Do you know why I raised this topic today? Because I know for an account manager to be successful in his or her role, demonstration are part of the essential. You remember the last time I gave you the example of this top selling manager who didn't know the customer's language and sold only by the demonstrations. I'm really interested in development, so I would like to make a few suggestions. Is that good for you?
Sure, please let me know. I'll be eager to know. I have been shying away from this discussion for a while now, and I'm glad that you brought it up yourself.
C. Constructive. Everyone has a fair justification in mind regarding any behavior that they do. Even criminals somehow manage to convince themselves that what they do is okay and they have an excuse for it. Basically, if they think it is not right, they would not have done it at all. As mentioned already, constructive element is one of the most important elements of any feedback, because this is where you show to the other person how this behavior can harm them on the short or long term. This is a time for the feedback giver to cite your positive intention to help the other person avoid the potential pitfalls. Please note, make sure you relate the harm of the behavior to something this person cares about, not to something only you care about, to ensure the effectiveness of it. Examples could be, and doing this can impact your professional image in front of your colleagues and delay your promotion. Or, doing this can give a bad impression about you and affect your annual review. Another one, and doing this can put you in an embarrassing situation if anyone from those attending the meeting see you texting on your phone. So let's look at the future steps taken by John in the video to complete the Oscar feedback for Nikita.
I have been shying away from this discussion for a while now, and I'm glad that you brought it up yourself.
Okay, do you have any ideas of what you could do to get better with your demonstration skills?
I could read out the technical manual, or maybe...
Or from the customer himself you can learn.
How is that possible?
Let me connect you with our old associate Briggs Tools, who has bought almost whole range of our products. I could nominate you as a rep at his office for study purposes for a day or two, and you could learn from the practical applications on site. Best way to learn on the job.
That sounds good. How could I start this?
I will give him a call right away if you please. Nikita, I do realize that this might take some hard work, but I'm pretty sure that this thing will help you get the needed confidence within a week's time.
A. Action alternative. Up until here, you have clearly explained the behavior, reminded him or her with the situation and the negative impact that this can lead to. Basically, you have generated a need for help to avoid that negative impact. Give the person an alternative behavior that can help that person achieve the same goal without causing any negative impact. Please note that the word alternative was chosen for a very specific reason. The word sounds light and less demanding, which does not trigger the defensiveness of the other person and leads to better results. So please avoid using you must do, you should do, you have to do, or the correct behavior is this. Examples of good action alternatives are something like this. Alternatively, you can try to come to the office 1 hour early and leave early. Alternatively, you can explain to your colleague that you are busy at the moment but will be free after some time to help, but you're happy to help. Another example. Alternatively, you can excuse yourself out of the meeting room to make a quick call and come back so you don't have to text in the room. Let's move on to the last letter of the Oscar acronym, the R for results. Result. Since you explained in the consequence the unwanted behavior, you need also to explain the positive impact of following the alternative behavior to answer the simple question in the other person's mind. The question is, why do I need to do what you said? Examples. As a result, your team will think of you as a professional team member who respects the company policy. As a result, your manager and your peers will think of you as a strong team player who adds value to the team overall, not only care about his own work. Another example. As a result, people will understand the urgency of the situation and you will retain your professional image too.